actually in any kind of creative process, it's much easier to generate loads of ideas and kind of, you know, brainstorm lots of different possibilities than it is to say, okay, well, now we've got these 100 ideas, which 5 are we going to do? And I think that's, in any creative process, that's always the tougher part of it. I mean, I suppose the work that's happening around participatory budgeting is a really interesting kind of area to explore. Obviously, kind of started in South America and is now being introduced. You know, we've got the Minister of State talking about introducing that form of budgeting into a number of councils, and indeed, quite a few councils have been having a go at implementing it for the last few years. I mean, I suppose the challenge in how to introduce participatory budgeting is that actually people need to be educated a little bit in how it works, and that's one kind of challenge around it. I think the second challenge is that as a council, the council itself needs to buy into the process of doing it properly, not just doing it as a kind of tokenistic exercise, but being very clear that actually, you know, we have chosen that, you know, X% of our budget will be determined in a participatory way, and then to really invest in that process by which those decisions are made. So it needs to be kind of bought into properly rather than being tokenistic. I mean, one other reflection on that, I suppose, is that if you look at the development of participatory budgeting in South America, it's happened over a period of years, not months, and it's been a very gradual process whereby, you know, progressively larger chunks of the budget have been allowed to be determined in that way. It didn't happen overnight, and I suppose one of the things I hope in this country is that we do also kind of introduce it, but at a pace that is manageable and keeps it meaningful, rather than being reduced into, you know, the next version of kind of the big conversation or, you know, consultations that we've seen. I know another example of a council that used participatory budgeting. And one of the things they said that was most striking about the exercise was the fact that it meant that the conversation went from being a kind of shrill, kind of let's beat up the council, they don't know what they're doing, into much more of a kind of adult dialogue in a way, where people understood that, of course, there are always going to be trade-offs that need to be made. We don't have infinite pots of money in public services, and actually people do have to trade things off. And involving people in that process, I think, is incredibly powerful in terms of helping all of us to see the difficult decisions that need to be made every day. I think, for one, we know that people's perception that they can participate in decision making is a key driver, has a direct correlation with levels of trust and satisfaction. Now, we know that both trust and satisfaction are taking a bit of a dive in the public sector at the moment. So actually, there does seem to be a correlation between the sense that people can influence decisions and trust and satisfaction. It doesn't necessarily mean that they do, but it's that sense that they can. And I think that's really important. It makes it very important.